Hey everybody, and welcome back to Divinely Feminine. Welcome back, y'all. So I got my lighting back. Oh, hey, hey, hey. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about spiritual women, money, and God. So I was talking to my masculine yesterday, I believe, and I had an epiphany. So my epiphany was about my finances and the reason why my finances go up and down. And so I was talking to him about that, and I was like, well, I'm not really connected to a masculine energy. And the masculine energy that I'm talking about is uh, the masculine energy of God, right? Because the way I came into spirituality, the source that tapped me was a feminine energy. So I'm going to give you guys my backstory. So the backstory of this and the reason why I experienced the Most High and also the spirit in the universe as a feminine energy is because I was raised in a foster care, and my foster parents were pastors and preachers. And I could not, as an adult, right, I could not understand the way that they were truly, I guess, their definition of God. I could not accept that that was God. And the reason why is because of all of the damnation that was going on for me. So when I had my spiritual awakening, I had a lot of findings that I was going through. And I know some of you are like, what? You don't believe in God? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when I came onto my spiritual journey, I had a lot of questions before I came into my spiritual journey and I had my awakening. But I really found some things in within my spiritual awakening. The God that I do not believe in is the man-made version of God. But I believe in the metaphysical spiritual side of God, because everything that we experience is in a metaphysical way and also a spiritual way. So just to set the record straight. So as I was going through my awakening and finding everything and everything coming to me and all the pieces coming together for me, I found that I was right within how I felt even when I was not aware. I just could not get with that whole thing of God is all about damnation and you're going to be sent to hell for this and you're going to be sent to hell for that. So anyway, moving forward, me coming into my spiritual journey, I had my Christ consciousness, and Christ consciousness is you going through judgment and also solidifying your path. Which path are you going to choose? So my judgment and my path and my crossroads was, am I going to believe in the God that man has taught me to believe in, or am I going to be on the spiritual, metaphysical side of God's source and the universe, which I didn't even know about the universe and source and spirit then, right? It was only between, it was just God. But was I going to go on a spiritual journey and truly experience God in that way, or was I going to continue to go down this path of the man-made version of God and it being not fit for my life and also fit for my health? Because I had a lot of questions that was unanswered on this man-made side of God that we are taught to believe in. I had a lot of unanswers. I was very uncertain. I had a lot of uncertainty. I was very afraid during that time in my life. But when I had my spiritual awakening, that was the universe, that was God, that was source, that was spirit tapping me on my shoulder and awakening me to myself. When I was within the God, the man-made God that I was taught as a child, I prayed a lot constantly. I was always in communication and contact with God, but I was not hearing God because I saw God as the man-made version that I was taught. And also, I saw God as a physical being, right? So, um, spirituality. When I was awakened and I chose myself, because that's what spirituality is. It's about you choosing yourself and being your mind, your soul, your body, and your consciousness being awakened to all of what is, right? In all the many forms that we experience God, not just in one source, which is the man-made one that we are, you know, we are given to believe, is forced down our throats to believe. That awakened me. I was really freed, and I was finding my answers, not just finding answers, but I was having a spiritual experience with it. I could feel on this side of, spirituality. I could feel God. I could hear God. I could sense God. I could, hug God. And I was not uncertain. I was not in fear. I was not in affliction. So, how this all ties is that the epiphany that I did have yesterday was the reason why I was not experiencing a balanced out or aesthetic flow of income, was because I had dropped off God in the way that I saw God before. So I chose the spiritual experience, and the spiritual experience taught me that I was experiencing feminine energy. I felt feminine energy, and that masculine energy is also a I didn't associate masculine energy with the Most High, right? I associated that with us having masculine and feminine energy. This is the reason why you should do your research, and this is why I always say that your journey is tailored to you. There are many tiers and levels to your journey, because when it's time for you to awaken to more things, you're going to do that. That's why I always tell you guys, my nose is itching, spirit is wrong. That's why I always tell you guys to make sure that you're journeying the way that you need to journey. And someone else's journey is not going to look like yours. Someone else's findings is not going to be yours, because you have your own individual experience, unique experience that you're going to have here. And you're going to evaluate things and see things when you're supposed to see those things. So I'm coming into alignment during September, and we know what this September is bringing us: a lot of clarity, a lot of reconstruction, and what deconstruction to reconstruct, right? So this is fitting for me as the reason why, because I just started my new channel, and the third time is a charm, because I've tried to start my channel 3 times. So anyway, I'm starting to reconstruct my life, and finances are on the table for me at this point, and I don't want to rebuild, or I don't want to rebuild on the same structures. I don't want to rebuild on the same energy. So my knowledge and my wisdom, and also my education, has to grow in order for my finances to grow, and not just in a physical way. Yes, in a physical way, because I have to do physical research and things of that nature, but I also have to ascend within my mind, and also within my spirit, and also within my wisdom and my knowing of myself. You are so vast. If you are the image of God, and you are the image of the universe, you have to understand that the universe is endless, and there is no limitation. There is no stopping point of the universe. Nobody has ever gone up there and seen the edge of the universe before. So understanding that you are the universe, and you are a reflection of the universe, There are so many levels to yourself that you're going to experience. There's so many levels that you're going to travel through. There's so many levels that's going to come up. So you may feel like I'm sitting here having some experience that I should have known about already. But I'm telling you that you come me me really trying to solidify my legacy is to solidify not just my finances but my life. Like really build a structured life because I'm in a new town. I'm in a new relationship with a masculine, a real masculine. And what I have been working on for the past 4 years, my whole 4 years of hermit mode and also celibacy, I was healing myself and getting to know myself, and I was by myself. So all of those things, I was becoming the person that I wanted to, first of all, be in a union with, and also becoming the version of myself that I wanted within my life. I was also growing within my spiritual self, and I also wanted everything that was in my new journey to reflect all of those things. So this is the time where we're going through rebuilding all over again. So this is the time where my ascension process is starting all over again, and all of these things are starting to manifest. So for you, you may feel that I should have known all of this stuff, and I should have. You may have your opinion about it, but it's right on time for me. It's in divine timing for me because I am rebuilding my whole entire life. I'm in a whole new situation. I'm in a whole new town, and things that I was working to become are already here in the present for me. And these things are coming into manifestation for me. So, of course, my awareness has to change. And of course, the universe is going to give me what I'm supposed to have during this time because I work for it, but also in a spiritual way as well. Like, my wisdom and my understanding and my clarity has to rise. It has to grow. And I'm growing each and every single day. I'm growing. But this is all that I've manifested in those 4 years coming to life. So this is the time where it's going to come back around, and I have to start to rebuild on those same, things that I was healing through and also becoming. You have to do the work. This is where I'm going to experience God and build my relationship up with God the way that I'm supposed to during this masculine energy. This is the way that I'm going to start rebuilding, experiencing this masculine energy. Excuse me, I gotta wipe my nose. Okay, so I'm back. So as I was saying, this is the time where now that I know and had my epiphany moment where I can start building my relationship up and building my rapport with God. So again, today I had another epiphany, and I also had an experience with the masculine, metaphysical, spiritual side of God. And the first thing that God showed me was me as a little girl praying. I prayed all night. I prayed all day. I would pray so much. I would even pray for God and be crying that God had to deal with all of the things that was going on with the world, and how I felt God so heavy. I felt God. I wanted to help God. I wanted to be, God's right hand man to relieve God of all the stress and the worry that was going on in the world. I used to say, you created this world and everybody is destroying it. And I was an empath then and didn't realize, I was really in communication with God. But as I got older, my relationship with God was very strained because I had a lot of questions, because I knew that as a child, I experienced God in a very, I know I was a child, but at the same time I was an empath, but I experienced God in a very adoring way, in a very loving way, in a very inviting way. I mean, the God that I knew and that I experienced as a child was one that was forever, forgiving and merciful. even though as a child I experienced a lot of hurt and pain. And that's the reason why, because I was being activated as a child to live in my purpose now. People that are empaths or people that are healers or people that are here to help other people, they experience extreme pain. And the reason why is to keep them vulnerable and open always, in order for them to be able to assist and heal someone else, because you have to be in a vulnerable space and also empathize with other people. And if you cannot do that, you're not going to be able to help anyone else. So it's not to feel pity for people. That's We're not here for that. You're not here for that. If you're a healer or an empath or someone that is here to help raise the collective consciousness or frequency or to heal people, you're not here to pity people. You're not you're not here to, what is the word? Enable people. You're here to actually help them or open their eyes to themselves and help them heal themselves by you being able to empathize and also raise your vibration and raise your spirit. You know, your energy being able to merge with someone else's energy, or you being able to give someone else that energy, that healing energy, because you've gone through so much pain. You've experienced so much pain in your life where you can heal someone else. But that is a video for another day. But the topic at hand is that I am experiencing or embarking on my new journey with God in a spiritual way. And I'm happy with that. And as I said, as a little girl, that was the image when God came in today. That was the image that God gave me, the vision that God gave me, and said to remember me that way. And I immediately started to apologize to God. And I said, God, I did not leave you. I did not leave you because I don't believe in you. And you know that. You created me. You know that. I left because I could not accept I could not accept the way that they wanted me to experience you, the way the world wanted me to experience you. I could not accept that. I cannot accept that that was you, you know. I cannot accept that they betrayed you in a very, damning way. I can't accept that that the world tells you that God is going to send you to hell. That God has this fiery place that God is going to throw you in, and that everybody is sinning, and so forth and so forth, and God is so strict, and God is this and God is that. But I could not accept. I was just talking to God and communing with God and telling God, like, thank you so much for, you know, being graceful and talking to me, and, coming back to me and tapping me on my shoulder, and letting me know that you are there, and that I did not, that you didn't leave me either, you know. But I had to experience that lack of God in the way that the world, I had to really purge that out of me in order for God to come in the way that God came into me today. And I cannot express to you guys, like, the energy that I feel from God. And I know that this is the word that we are taught to, in order to have a relationship. That's the word that we're taught. We don't have any other word. We do have a lot of different words, but I have to find out what God wants me to name him. So I'm telling you guys that I will be working with God and trying to figure out rebuilding my relationship with God, and finding out what God wants me to call God, and that's going to be sacred to me and him. I'm not going to ever say what God how God wants me to address him. I will never speak that out loud. That's going to be between me and God. Like my relationship between me and God is going to be, very private. And I choose to be that way. So if I'm up here and I say God to you guys, then, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But I'm going to keep my relationship with God extremely private. And it's not that I have to put God on display or on show. I don't have to parade God and tell everybody I believe in God and, just wear this image of God, because I don't wear an image of my spirit or my spirituality. I am who I am, and I accept me the way that I am, and God accepts me the way that I am as well. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, I'm rebuilding with God. I'm rebuilding with his energy. I'm rebuilding with him in my life, and I'm happy. I'm absolutely happy. Like, I'm holding back my smiles because it's like the energy that I feel is just really overwhelming. This is how I experienced God when I was a little girl. And the world really damaged my view of God, my experience with God so rawly, so purely, so innocently, the God that I was taught through the world. But spirituality, he came to be, and he still was able to, he was still able to, it's so, the epiphanies that I'm having, like, God works in mysterious ways. You just don't understand what I'm telling you. Like, God works in mysterious ways. And God still gave me everything that I prayed to him for, when way before I even believed or knew, not believed, but knew about the universe and source and spirit, right? Because God is all of those things. God knew that God had to come to me in a different form. God gracefully gave me that time to this point, knew that I was going to come back to God in this way, in this day, in that exact moment, at that exact time. You don't understand divine time when I tell you this is a time of such growth and evolution and things manifesting so quickly, and epiphany moments, and it's just the reconstruction of this new earth, of everybody being renewed and restored. It is mind blowing. I mean, it is so mind blowing. So the video that I saw, I posted on my Instagram at 11:11, right? At 11:11 last night, I saw this video, and it was confirming the actual epiphany that I had, which was about um, me being spiritual and my income fluctuating up and down. So, but God wants me to say, okay, so God wants me to say this first. So the video that it was confirming what I spoke that day, the epiphany that I had that day. So it was about, this video came on, and he was saying, okay, so you know how we had guy talk. So I was with my guy friends, and women came up, and they were like, okay, what type of women do you attract? And he said, I always attract the spiritual, astrology, um, free spirit women, or whatever the case may be, right? And he was like, his friend said, okay, so why is all spiritual women broke? So he was like, whoa, you welcome and chose violence today. Like, you chose all the violence today. So he was explaining that they are not broke. They're not broke spiritually, but they're not broke, period. They do not lack. What it is that they lack the actual discipline, because they are in constant contact with feminine energy, and they are feminine. So what is feminine energy? Feminine energy is just like the ocean. It flows. It's current. It's ever changing. So when you are lacking, when you're a free spirit, you do whatever it is that you want to do. You're not working a 9 to 5. So it's not like you're on some type of schedule. When you are living within your purpose, in this life and you're a free spirit, what you do, you don't have a actual, you're not disciplined at all. You do what you feel. You're just a free spirit. You do whatever you feel you're led to do. But the message that I received in another channeling, I had put it up here on my YouTube channel, but I can't remember which video it was. But anyway, um, I had another understanding of our spirit, which is our spirit disciplines the body. So the way that the universe showed me was that uh, emotional discipline, because I'm learning how to not react to my emotions and to just observe them and have a response to them, but not react. So the universe showed me that my actual spirit is teaching the body, my body, how to be disciplined within my emotions, not to respond to, not to react to anything, but to give my emotions a response. That's just like this. Our spirit shows our spirit shows us how to be disciplined in this lifetime when it comes down to all types of situations that we deal with in life. It is our spirit that is teaching us these things, the body these things, because the body is experiencing for the spirit. We are spirits having a human experience, but the spirit is not within the body. The body is the body is learning from the spirit, and the spirit is learning from the body. And I know this is another video for another day, but I want to explain this. So let me finish my initial what I was talking about. So the spirit shows the body how to discipline, because the spirit is above, the spirit is everywhere. The spirit has experienced lifetime after lifetime, either in this world or another dimension or on another planet. So the spirit is actually the oldest here, not the body. I'm 30 years old, so I'm very young. I'm still a baby. And to my spirit is extremely old. So it's ancient. So therefore, where I'm learning from my spirit. My spirit is teaching me how to have a balanced approach and response to life and not react to everything. We spend half of our lives reacting to things and not learning, instead of responding to things and growing within our wisdom and also our knowing. It's like once you experience something, the next time that energy comes back around, or the next time that situation comes back around to you, whether it be from the same person, from the same situation, whatever have you, you should never be in a reactive energy again. You should never give that situation a reaction where you're irate, or you give the same reaction each time. You're supposed to give it a response. And that's within everything. You're being taught discipline, how to be balanced and disciplined in this lifetime, how to never allow anything to truly get you up out of your square. That is a true statement. But that is the same way when it comes down to every tier of you, every level of you that entails this world. So far as your emotions, so far as I'm talking about in the material world, so far as your emotions, so far as you being able to work at a job, you have to be able to not react to everything that's going on at work, and be calm enough, or be disciplined enough, or be secure enough within yourself where you're able to stay at that job and have a long-term success rate within your job, or not, right? We're all being taught discipline and everything. So with spiritual people, they are free and they get to do whatever it is that they want to do, but they're not actually being disciplined enough within their journey. So this is the reason why they experience fluctuation within their finances. Some people have a balanced approach to living a spiritual life, but also being disciplined when it comes down to having a business, right? A lot of spiritual people have that, but there are a lot of people that are out here that is that is awakening, and they don't know this information. They don't know how they're going to make it. It's like when I learned that I was not supposed to be working out there in the world, I was like, well, how am I supposed to stop working and be this spiritual person and learn how to create income off of a gift that I'm going to have to like convince people or prove to people that all of what I'm talking about and all of what I know is believable or true, right? But I quickly found out that there are so many like me, because when you first awaken, you just feel like it's just you, and you are very afraid to tell anyone that all of these things are going on, or that you're experiencing this, because you never have someone else close to you in close proximity experiencing the same thing as you, because it's never the case. You know, you're supposed to experience that. I mean, it's very rare. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, many are called, but few are chosen. A lot of people will not ever choose to awaken in this lifetime, and that's okay. I don't have no judgment. I'm not nobody's creator. You know, I've been in every situation. I'm 30 years old, and you won't believe the amount of things I've experienced in my life. So I don't judge anybody. But the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, that was where I was at. And I'm just now truly trying to come to a balanced place and a disciplined place with my finances and figure out what is best for me and how I'm going to do those things. But I had to come back to a place where I was working and operating and also healed within my masculine energy, thinking about God in the way that God was taught to me. I had to heal my masculine energy um in order to be in a masculine energy, be in a healed masculine energy and not a toxic masculine energy, to be disciplined enough and discipline myself enough to create income for myself, because masculine energy is creating, masculine energy is doing, masculine energy is building, masculine energy is structure, right? And feminine energy is open, it is receptive, it's current, it is nurturing, it is spirituality, it is mystery, it is, mystic. We are that. We are all of that. So this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, and also you understanding that your spirit is learning from the body, and also your body is learning from your spirit. So when you're not awakened, you are not aware that you are a spirit. So you just feel like you're this body and you're just walking around life. So when you want change in your life, and your spirit and also the universe and God knows that you're really serious about that, that is when your spirit taps you on your shoulder, and your spirit is able to experience and learn from the body through you being aware that you are a spirit. So the both of you are learning from each other back and forth. So your spirit is taking information up there and also downloading information to you, so that you can have the life that you want to live, and give you that experience, give you that chance for you to start living a balanced, life that you envisioned for yourself, that you knew that you could have, but you just didn't know how to do that. You weren't able to access that all of what you were. You just thought you were just this body, and that you're not powerful, that you don't have, you know, the source, you know? So I hope that made sense. I love you all, and comment down below and tell me what you guys think. What are your thoughts about this topic and what I was talking about? Inbox me if you want to. Do what you feel. But I love y'all. Love, light, and peace. Namaste.